Welcome to Planet Hollywood, Cancun. Planet Hollywood Cancun is a brand new resort that just opened in 2021.
The resort is located in an area called Costa Mujeres. Right now we are in the main lobby, and there's a few things that are really interesting and important about this lobby, especially that desk. We'll tell you about it a bit later on.
Okay, well let's check out the rooms, shall we? Now the first neat thing about this hotel is your room key is always right on your wrist.
I loved that. I did get an awesome tan around that, but...
I do like the bed right when you walk in. It's very striking.
Yeah.
And of course these rooms are all suites as well with a couch.
You can tell that this was a new resort, and it really made a difference. It made everything feel so much cleaner and lighter.
You can get bottles of alcohol starting at $40 US delivered right to your room.
This is one of the really nice things about this resort. Things are new, and so they've added a lot of different technology. There's touch screens, so you can control climate, and the ceiling fan, which was awesome because it was hot.
One nice thing is this master switch that you'll see on the right-hand side of the panel. It's an easy way to turn off or on pretty much all the lights in the room. And of course, you have a TV. And they never miss a chance for some branding, but you can turn it off or turn it back on. Peekaboo. And they do a really good job of stocking the fridge, keeping you
hydrated.
Yeah, having lots of water, lots of soft drinks, and Dos Equis, which is the beer of choice at this resort. How was the coffee maker?
The coffee maker was a coffee maker. It was pretty simple, but you don't find them at every single resort, which I actually really like that there was the option to make your own coffee. So,
and of course they have a safe in the room, which is good, and lots of closet space, including an umbrella in case Mary Poppins stays here.
What I really liked about the closets is that there was 2 separate closets, so we each got our own with a set of drawers and hangers and everything, and that was perfect. I literally unpacked for the week that we were there, so that worked really well for me. And as well, when you open the closet door, the lights come on automatically, so perfect.
And this was the courtyard that we looked out onto. This is the adult-only area of the facility
called Adult Scene,
and we've got a couple restaurants there that we'll talk about in a bit. The rooms on the main floor have their own swim out option, and you get your own little bed out there, and it
looks pretty luxurious. And honestly, a few days were like, we don't even want to walk to the pool or the beach, so that would have been nice, but it's another extra luxuries that they provide.
Okay, I have to say I really like the bathroom setup where we can be back to back and each have our own sinks, lots of room, just a really good use of space there. And I love the Planet Hollywood button here, which is great for turning the lights off or on, especially in the middle of the night. Found it really handy, and I love the industrial strength brand new toilet.
They know how to deal with toilet quality.
Yeah. And I like the showers too. You get the option. You can have the wand operating, or you can push that guy in and you've got the waterfall style. You can't use them both at the same time though, unfortunately.
Well, one time I did. I don't know how.
I think it was lucky.
But it was lucky.
And of course they've got full-size shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. That's part of the Planet Hollywood experience. What else is there to do? Well, there's an arcade that's open from 3 till 11.
The only thing we will mention about the arcade is that it is not included in the all-inclusive portion of your stay, so it does cost extra.
All right, let's check it out.
There is a fully equipped gym if you are one of those people.
Those people. Well, they've got plenty of dumbbells, plenty of machines. They did a pretty good job. Energy, health, train, weight, heart team! There's a medical clinic just next to the arcade there, and it is open 24 hours. We saw a lot of these signs, but we found they weren't really enforced.
Once in a while they would be enforced.
Maybe. And of course there are ATMs, but they only dispense American dollars. Planet Hollywood is located right on the beach, which is great, but when we were there in April and May, there was a lot of seaweed, and I mean a lot of seaweed, where even if you don't mind seaweed, it sort of inhibited your ability to go in the water. There was only one day that wasn't that windy, and so it wasn't so stirred up, and I was able to go into the water a little bit, but there's a lot of seaweed there. I don't know if it's always like that.
They actually did a really great job of getting a tractor around and actually getting the seaweed off from the beach itself. So they were trying their best, but you deal with it. The beach was beautiful though. The sand was nice and soft and just perfect, truthfully.
There's a ton of beach area in front of Planet Hollywood, and at either end they do have these handy signs to let you know when the property ends. We really liked these beds that are on the beach. I wouldn't rely on the roof to protect you from the sun very much.
Yeah.
Unless you want the world's worst tan lines, but
they were so comfortable. I could not believe how thick that mattress was in there. Personally, I had a very hard time deciding what to drink. Right now, we're enjoying the mango mojito, and I think that was probably one of our favorite ones. To get from the resort to the beach, there are 3 separate bridges that you can walk over. And the reason that they're there is because there is a small area that is protected natural land. And within there's actually lots of lizards and iguanas and everything. It looked really cool.
Need more things to do? Well, back inside, they do have a full movie theater with 3 showings per day, 7 days per week. There's a spa. Now, we are spa people. However, a couple's massage while we were there was going for $289 US, which is, shall we say, on the high side. So beware.
Do you like shopping? Because I do.
I don't.
There's a few shops within the resort that you can check out. Some of them have some really nice stuff, and snacks and vanilla, which I always pick up, as well sunscreen if you realize just how white you are and that you need more than you brought.
That's right.
And here are the cabanas, and this is just an extra luxury. You can rent them out for the day for
the high prices of $169, $189, or $209 USD.
Wow, what a deal.
Yeah. Now, the one thing is, you did see they have the jacuzzi tubs there. No, there's no heat in those. That's just bubbles. There is also this main jacuzzi that everybody can use in the main pool area. And it looks great, and I spent a lot of time in it, but there is no heat. So Martina's grabbing towels here. Make sure you grab your towels. The world's most intense shower for some reason. Okay, so when we look at the resort from the beach, that is the adult scene area. Over here is the Star Class pool, which we found was just slightly less busy, but about the same, it seemed. And way over there is the family area.
The Star Class area, you have to have a specific band and access to it.
Although one day I did go in that pool by accident and no one said anything.
Yeah.
And then from the Star Class area, you walk through this cute little path here and you get to the family area.
Do you have children? Because you can dump them right here.
Oh, that sounds very convenient. All right, this is Shipwreck Cove, and they do have some really nice things for the kids to play with here, along with some scary dinosaurs for some reason. Their own slides and playground and everything for sure, and they've got apparently a nightclub based on that sign for the kids. And this is our other favorite drink of the trip. This is the Caribbean Sunrise.
Yes.
Ingredients below. Now, I'm always extra cautious on trips because I never want to get hurt, but if you're feeling adventurous, this is the Flow Rider.
Well, good for her. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
And here's the Lazy River, which they're well known for. There's no beginning or end. There's just lots of places you can get in or get out, but it is very scenic. It does have just enough current. It was nice to go through. I enjoyed it. There is a hidden bar under this one part. Watch out in the water, there are stools, which I banged my knee pretty hard on, so be careful. There's a mini golf course. My dad would be happy. And here's the main stage area. This is their multi-purpose area of the facility. In this area, they seem to have a different thing every night, whether it's a concert or a festival or a fancy dinner or something going on at all times.
Yeah, it was really nice. We listened to some really good music and watched some really cool shows. Just a really nice area to sit and lounge after dinner, have a drink, take in the scenery.
Okay, let's talk restaurants. In the adult scene area, you will find yourself eating breakfast at Braza.
So Braza did have a smaller buffet, but it pretty much had everything you would want for a light breakfast. There was also an option to order from their menu, and we found that was really good as well. And our favorite thing there was the
banana milkshake.
That was delicious.
Yeah, so get that. If they give you one that's not really cold and really refreshing, ask for another one. And then by night, Braza turned into a Brazilian barbecue restaurant.
So this was probably our third favorite dinner of the trip. It was a really good atmosphere and really delicious food. They come around like the Brazilian restaurants where they cut off the meat from the big skewers.
So earlier we mentioned that desk in the lobby, and what you really want that for is to make sure you get your reservations for East, the teppanyaki restaurant. It's the only restaurant that requires a reservation, and the reservation has to be made that same day. The desk opens at 8 a.m. and I would get there right when they open. I got there at 8:15 a.m. and I got one of the last 3 spots of the day. So this desk can be used for booking excursions and activities, but the number one thing, make sure you get your reservations same day for East, the teppanyaki restaurant. If you've never been to a teppanyaki restaurant, not only is the food typically great, but the chef usually puts on a real show, lots of jokes, lots of fun, flair cooking, just a great time for everybody. Don't miss it. And our favorite restaurant of the trip was surprisingly the Italian restaurant, Gusto. It does have a beautiful location right in the middle of everything, a beautiful patio. We chose to eat inside because it was fairly hot out, but just a really great restaurant, great location. This is where you can get to-go pizzas throughout the day, but don't expect to just walk up and get one right away. It's going to be anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours, so make sure you order ahead.
Yes.
Okay, and what did we order to eat?
Just like a typical Italian place, they bring you some freshly baked bread with olive oil and balsamic vinegar. The bread was so nice and soft, really, really delicious.
And I'm assuming this is the world's largest pepper grinder.
Look how proud they are of it. I love it.
Yeah.
The best thing about all-inclusive is that you can have every single course, and so we did. We got these quinoa arancini balls that were exquisite. So delicious. Crunchy. Perfect. The other thing we got as an appy was the burrata with tomato. This was perfect. It was so nice and refreshing and cool. It had pesto. It was honestly really, really delicious. I'm so happy I got to try it.
Oh, look, another mango mojito.
How shocking. Because I want my cake and I want to eat it too, I got the next course, which was the pasta course. I got gnocchi. It was not the greatest. It was really gummy.
Okay, and then of course I got the spaghetti, and it was very authentic and very simple. You know, it wasn't American spaghetti and meatballs or anything, but it was fairly nice.
And we of course had to get some pepper.
Absolutely mandatory. Don't even go to the restaurant if you don't ask them for the big pepper grinder. Woo!
Now this little piece of happiness is the star of this dinner. It is a petite filet. It is cooked to perfection, melt in your mouth, perfect sauce. Oh, my mouth is watering remembering this because it was delicious. 10 out of 10, I would go back for that.
Wow, okay. Well, I had strawberry ice cream because I don't like most fancy desserts. And I got not one but 2 blueberries on top.
Wow. I got the tiramisu, and my God, did I love this tiramisu. So delicious. I forgot all about how much I love this tiramisu, but it was perfect. It was nice and soft and tasty and just perfectly sweet. Amazing.
And then for our last night there, we went to Sunset Strip, which is the steakhouse and grill, and it was a perfect way to end off the trip. Look how refreshed and glowing and tanned you are. You look like someone who just had a great 1-week vacation.
Yeah, this was a much needed vacation, and by the end, you're just happy to be alive.
Yeah, that was awesome. I started off with a slider and waffle fry course, and boy, it was piping hot and absolutely delicious.
I ended up getting the onion rings as my appetizer just because they were pretty good.
I felt like some ribs, and I got a baked potato with it. I never expect a whole lot out of ribs at restaurants, but these were very good.
For me, I combined 2 meals. I got the petite filet and the surf and surf. Both seafood items were perfect as well, so it was a really good meal.
And continuing with my trend of complicated desserts, I got vanilla ice cream.
And I got the complex yet delicious creme brulee. Once again, really delicious, very creamy.
Okay, and another restaurant we enjoyed was The Shores, which is located on the beach. The Shores has a lunch buffet which features seafood.
Yes, this was a really good one. We went in, I got some fresh shrimp that were humongous, mussels, scallops, so a really nice, refreshing lunch to be had here. And they will also grill your seafood for you. So just a really nice little area. It's pretty away from a lot of stuff, so it wasn't busy when we went, but delicious.
And I MacGyvered up some nachos. If you're looking for late night coffee or ice cream, everybody flocks to Fuel. That's where you get those things. Fuel's typically open about an hour later than most of the restaurants. Usually open till 11 instead of 10. Guy Fieri's burger joint. This is the most simple burger menu of all time. It's literally a burger or a cheeseburger or a bacon cheddar burger.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you can have fries. That's it. Some honorable mentions. There's a Mexican restaurant. There's a seafood restaurant.
For adults seen only, though.
That's right. And there is an Indian restaurant. There's also the sports bar, which ends up being pretty handy because it's open until 2 a.m., so far later than everything else. If you're needing somewhere late, it's the sports bar.
And now we've come to the SoCal main buffet of Planet Hollywood. This is the big buffet, which is open for breakfast and dinner. You'll go in there, you'll find tons of space, you'll find lots of options, and a lot of made-to-order stations. So that was really cool.
And if you don't feel like going to any of these places, you can just order room service.
Oh, room service. Oh, I loved having food come right to us, honestly. Like, it was great. And you could order it on the TV. Mm-hmm. It's there 24 hours. Mm-hmm. Great service. They bring the food to you. I definitely would recommend this resort. It's a must-see place, but there's so many things to do there. Like, you will never be bored. You basically run out of time before you get a chance to do everything. Yeah,
we were there for a week. I feel like we would have needed 2 weeks to do everything.
Agreed.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I love that it was a nice new resort. It wasn't dated. It didn't feel old. It was all brand new and fresh and modern. And that, I think, helped us relax a little more.
Definitely.
Thanks for watching. Check us out on Instagram at Fluky Food, and we'll see you next time.